Good evening, all. Ira Epstein with your Metal Market Wrap-Up, and this wrap-up is for Thursday, August 10th, 2023, 5:55 p.m. Central Time, CPI Day. What an interesting day today was. Let's look at what they did. CPI again fell about 1/10, and people are getting friendly off of that. What is wrong with all of you? What the heck is wrong with everybody? Okay, you fall 1/10 and now you think the Fed's going to stop everything that they did. If the goal is to get down to 2% and you lose each month 1/10 or 2/10 as we've been doing in the core inflation, that means in the course of a year, you lose approximately 1% from now. Well, if we're sitting here at 4.6 or thereabouts, how do you get to 2% anytime soon? Now, you're going to tell me, oh, Ira, it'll pick up momentum. No, it won't. Just the opposite. It gets sticky. The easy things are out of it. I don't see why people don't get this. When you inflate inflation the way that we did, and you take it up because of the pandemic to 8-9% headline number, and then things start getting back to normal, the supply chains get back to normal, people are going back to work, things are happening, you take off real fast a lot of the headline. And as that headline comes out, you'll get to a number where things aren't so easy. Example, don't buy into the idea that rent prices are going down and home prices are going down. Simply put, the fact is they did it. They went up 0.4%. That's core inflation. Then you'll look at the gasoline and you'll say, oh, whoa, it was down in July. And it was. It was a wipeout. Have you looked at what's happened since late July to where you're at? Prices have gone up dramatically. You're back into the 290 level. Well, this is the 10th. I don't know where it'll end up. They have a way of weighting it. We'll see what that does. But it's higher, not lower. So my argument is, you get the numbers you want, and at best, they're a small decline, and you get friendly from that, and the Fed's going to change everything. I want to be the lone guy that says, no, they're not going to. They have two of these reports. I've reminded you of that. CPI, twice, today's, and you're going to get one more early September. 2 PPIs, tomorrow, or then, and another jobs report. They have to come crashing down. Otherwise, you're going to get certain Fed members that are going to say, no, I think we keep going another quarter point. We make certain that we get some speed in this decline rather than it starting to just show its sticky self and dropping 1/10 at a time. That's my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. When I look at the gold market, I'm going to repeat, I can get 5%, 6% on a CD. Why do I want to own gold? You haven't told me. Inflation is still here. If you think the Fed is going to stop raising the rate, fine. Then if the dollar drops, then I want to own the gold. Until that dollar shows it wants to drop, gold is the enemy here. It is the market that got too big of a headwind, in my opinion. You can see how it's been coming down as the dollar's been rallying again. The pattern is lower highs, lower lows. It tried to hold the 200-day average. It failed. So what's it doing? It's riding the lower Bollinger Band. Now, typically, you'll hit a Bollinger Band, you'll get a bounce from it. Sometimes you get a few days where it bounces, but more times when it does something like this, it's that gorilla glue trade, and it's not over till it's over. The market will tell us when that is. Again, you're just riding that band. If it's going to spin around and not hit it, naturally, you've just come from the 2022 level roughly, and you're down to 1937. You're due for a correction. Would I tell clients to get bearish right here? No, I wouldn't. Let the market embed, which it hasn't done. You need to get through all this and stay embedded, and a hard rally, and you sell into the rally. Where? Maybe you're looking at here. Am I telling you to go short? No. I'm thinking as a bear and talking in a third person. So, gee, I have an embedded reading. The momentum's locked in. Where do I want to sell? At best, you're looking for resistance points. That's how I'd approach it. Now, there's many rules that I have in the course. The course is, I think it's 13 chapters or so, and there are rules that set it up. I follow this thing. I have to use the word religiously because it's the best tool I've ever developed and best one I've seen from all the people that I've watched over the years. I think this is the granddaddy of them. because you hit Bollinger Bands so often. And it gives you an idea of what to do. So you're still bearish until you have a reason not to be because the momentum's lost. When I look at the gold-silver ratio, when you're over the red line, silver should lose to gold. When you're under, silver is gaining on gold. And that's because this represents how many ounces of silver to get 1 ounce of gold. Well, silver's been running that number, and it too is embedded. Until there's a reason for these markets other than a bounce to lose the embedded reading, no, I'm not in the camp that says they're through. In the copper market, how adamant have I been that China is only doing one thing for copper? They're talking. They're not walking. We just heard today that the 6th largest property developer countrywide has fallen behind on 2 bond payments now. They have a 30-day grace period. If they go into default, another problem. But do you honestly think the Chinese people are stupid enough to be buying from developers like this, new property? What they've got in the mill, they can't tell. What happens in these properties, you go in and you buy one. I learned this myself a while back. Chinese government says you pay it all up front. You get your mortgage, you pay. You're paying your mortgage before the darn thing is even built sometimes. Forget it being delivered to you, you're still paying on it. These people won't put up for it. There's rebellions going on. But how do you save a company like that? Their sales are down dramatically now, countrywide. They count on new sales for new cash to finish projects that they've already spent the money on other things. Got it? This thing's a spiral. The government's got to figure out what it's going to do, and they're doing a piss-poor job. It's that simple. In the October Platinum, lower highs, lower lows. If you get the red line to close over 21, it'll be the first time I say we're ready for that bounce. You might be getting back to the 18-day average of closes. Again, I still say fundamentally there's a problem here in platinum and palladium as so many electric cars are now being built and they don't use this as catalytic converters. They can use it in other parts of their electronics. I'm not saying that. It's not used by a lot though, all right, per car. In the dollar, still strong. There's nothing bearish here in this dollar. I keep looking and I wonder why people are thinking this dollar's given up. It hasn't. When the red line closes under 79, that'll be it for the dollar. It probably then wants to correct the minimum and hang around 101.44, the 18-day average, or wherever it's at that point in time, or lower. Hasn't done it. Each break has proven that the pros are waiting to buy this market. Now, one of the things I want to tell you about is my morning futures video. Don't go away. Let me just explain what I do. At 5:15 in the morning, I start recording. I'm up earlier. I'm up at 3:30. And I'm already putting together what's going to be in the video, what's going on in Asia so that you get a feel for it, what's going on in Europe, if anything important, and the reports coming up in the U.S. Then in each one of these, we're going to cover 40 charts because the futures markets are open. Away we go. We got real-time quotes. We're looking at them. I'm doing a recording of it at that point. I have to render it and post it a few minutes. I said 40 charts, but a lot of times I'm going to look at both the daily and the weekly chart. And I'm looking for long-term trades and shorter-term trades. Day charts, initially, anything you want to say about them, they're basically a shorter-term trade. I'm not talking day trades, shorter-term. Longer-term trades are off the weekly charts, and we go off of those, and as we see what we can do, we make our moves. At least I'll make a recommendation. Buy here, sell there. Here's how you come out. Here's the momentum play. Here's what to do. And I follow up with it in the video every single day. You'll see that I put in, hey, here's what we've got open. Here's the trade recommendation. This get filled. This didn't get filled, and away you go. It's the price of coffee. You heard me. The price of this will run about, with your tip, what you're paying your barista at Starbucks. And you're going to get a minimum of 22 videos, special reports and all, to give it a try. You're not committed to anything. You can quit whenever you want. You have total control on the member login and your subscription. Do whatever you want. I can only tell you, if you're looking for ideas, if you're looking for reasons why, if you're a chartist looking for somebody that you can bounce an idea on, I want to be that guy. Your subscription includes the ability to write me and ask me questions. And I do. I devote a certain part of each day to responding to my subscribers. Often, I'll make a 30-second, 45-second video for you. You'll say, hey, or what about example, sugar? I bring up the chart, show you what I'm seeing, and tell you, hey, I agree with you, I don't agree with you, here's what I'm seeing. It's right out to you. You're not getting that for these kind of prices. You can call my staff, they'll work with you. You can go to iraepstein.com under the word research, or you can click up here. I'm Ira. You have a great day. Join me. Take care.